check some of the other headlines tonight. The government has appointed retired Lieutenant General Anil Chauhan as the Chief of Defence Staff. The move comes 9 months after the death of India's first CDS General Bipin Rawat. The government has banned the Popular Front of India and its associates for 5 years. In a statement, the Home Ministry said PFI and its associates have been involved in unlawful activities that have the potential to disrupt public peace and communal harmony. The affiliates to PFI have called the ban draconian and have hinted at taking legal action. The race to become the next Congress president heats up. Senior sources say that former Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh Digvijay Singh is set to file his nomination papers. So far, Shashi Tharoor is the only leader to have filed his nomination. The Enforcement Directorate has arrested Sameer Mahindru, the Managing Director of Indo-Spirit Group, over the Delhi excise policy case. He is the second businessman to be arrested in the matter after former CEO of events company OML, Vijay Nair, was arrested. In international news, Chinese President Xi Jinping made his first public appearance since he returned from the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit on the 16th of September. His absence had sparked wild rumors and speculation. He is all set to get a third term when the Chinese Communist Party leaders gather for the annual Congress in a few days. Eunice Yoon reports on the mood in Beijing ahead of the party Congress.
We're only weeks away from a massive political reshuffle, an event where President Xi Jinping is seen as taking a third term. So everything right now seems to be geared towards stability. So making sure the markets are stable, making sure the yuan is stable, and also in terms of Taiwan, the tensions between the U.S. and China over the island are stable as well. And in fact, we had President Xi Jinping appearing on state TV recently just to kind of send the message that he is still in power, he's here. He was walking around with all of his top leadership to make sure that there isn't any question about his position.
Eunice Yoon reporting there from Beijing. There is a new star in India's electric car galaxy. Tata Motors has launched the Tiago EV, another addition in its lineup, with an introductory price starting 8.49 lakhs. This EV variant is India's most affordable electric car so far and the first to be priced below 10 lakh rupees. Shailesh Chandra, the head of Tata Motors Passenger Vehicle Unit, told my colleague Parikshit Luthra he expects the EV variant to draw more than 35% sales in the Tiago portfolio.
We are also expanding the number of cities in which we were selling our EVs from 90 to 179 in the next few months, and that should also act as a force multiplier for penetration of Tiago EV and other EVs also that we have in our portfolio. I feel that the penetration of Tiago EV will be better than what we have seen for our past cars. So I imagine it can be anywhere between 30 to 35% kind of a penetration that I see as far as this product is concerned, but we can be surprised also if it goes beyond that.
Well, that's Tata Motors. And staying with the auto sector, let's now talk about SUVs. From a modest 13% share 7 years ago, SUVs today command 38% of the passenger vehicle market. What's fueling India's romance with SUVs? Mangala Malu and Ritu Singh find out on Mad About Markets.
According to Database, the global sport utility vehicle, or the SUV market, was valued at $35 billion in 2021. It's expected to drive all the way to $105 billion by 2029. What does that mean? A compounded average growth of nearly 15% annually for the next 7 years. So from $35 billion goes all the way up to $105 billion. Come to India, we've traditionally been a small car hatchback sort of market, but the rise of SUVs has been phenomenal, from low teens to now around 38% as of FY21. We're number 4, but growing very fast.
That is as of FY21, and we're closing the gap with some of the larger countries because the share of SUVs in the overall passenger vehicle market, it was just about 13% when you talk about 2015, just a few years back. Now that started to grow steadily, and as of 2020, it was 29%, but cut to 2021, in just 1 year, it went from there to all the way to 38%, like Mangalam was just pointing out. And this year, the share is expected to have improved even further. Now, this is reflected in what is the growing share of SUVs in the overall car sales in India. Take Hyundai, for instance. I mean, that is one of the companies to talk about because, from 2015, when SUVs had a 9% share in their entire sales, now it accounts for almost half of the entire total. And come 2025, it gets even better because SUV sales are expected to contribute 55% to the overall sales.
2015, SUVs used to contribute only 13.5% to the overall Indian auto market. And that is when we launched the Creta. And I may say with all humility that, that set the ball rolling as far as SUVs in India is concerned. And if you see in 2022, 41% of the auto sales are now coming from SUVs, which is more than hatches even.
We have found in recent years, the SUV segment has been gaining a lot of traction. In fact, over the last 3 years, it has increased from 26% to more than 40% now and growing.
Well, the explosion of the SUV market. And before we wrap, shares of Apple under pressure. This after a Bloomberg report claims that the company has told suppliers to bail on plans to increase iPhone 14 production. Demand for the new models failed to spike as high as anticipated, so Apple is proving to be a drag on Wall Street. And with that, it is time for us to wrap up this edition of India Business Hour. Thanks very much for watching. Stay tuned. News continues here on CNBC-TV18.